Dan Earthquake concert. You're going to have to really put up with me tonight. So bear with me, guys. I'm on the new YOLO. And yeah, well, just let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I'm going to just go to the comment section for a moment and see if anything's coming through. I've got my little comment reader just in case. Oh, here we go. Degeroff even. Welsh Wolverine. He's in the chat there. Awoo. Phil Woody. Derek Goff. Oh, look at this. Oh, gosh. There's quite a few, actually. 98. Drew 24. Nice to have you, bud. Nice to have you. Oh, Joshua, the camera guy. Yeah, we like that. Everyone like my little retro writing. Look at that. Yeah, Dan John. Hang on, let me give it. Oh, Jonty's in. Oh, hey, Johnny. Jody Williams. Oh, gosh, they're all in tonight.
Woody.
Oh, no. All right, shut up, you.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, we'll give him a little tickle. Right, so while we're just waiting for the show to get going, boys, I'm just gonna stick this on for you. Let's just get everyone reminded of what's going to happen and what's going to go down. So in a moment, my friends, let's have a look at this one. Boom shaka.
Failure is not an option. I will not just survive. Freedom is I can hear destiny calling out my name. Failure and dreams both offering, but both offering change. Surrender offers rest, but I die for peace. Don't need your protection, don't need no shield. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. The winds of life are blowing. It brings down like rain. But I will roar like thunder. And now it's storm like hail. Rise and fall, both threatening. Both offer change. But eyes are full of lightning. Embrace the pain. Embrace the pain. Embrace the pain. Now watch me feed. Now watch me feed. Now watch me feed. Now watch me feed. Option. I will not just survive. Freedom is near. I choose to thrive. I will live full force, never on my knees. I will smash the door if I can't find the keys. I will not back down. I will not yield. Just like William Wallace, I need no shield. I am different. I'm not the same. I am not the same. I am not the same. I am not the same. I'm different. I am not the same. I am not the same. I am not the same. I am not the same.
Well, guys, obviously, that's what's coming. And as you saw, General Maiden, General Grondon's going to get the shock of his life. So it's nearly time. It's nearly time. We're almost there. How many people have we got in chat, kid?
11, it's saying.
We're 11. We can't be doing no reveals at 11. So you better get yourself dug out, boys, and have a mooch round. But let's have a little gas bag who's in the chat. Like I say, I was hoping to have Dan Earthquake with me tonight. Unfortunately, I'm going solo. I have to go solo. You can read me some. Read. Who's a cheeky shit?
You're not solo, I'm sat here.
Well, no, I am solo, really. I mean, I may as well be. But yeah, it's got a bit of information for you. So anyone who's interested in my comeback, it's actually happened. Me and James Wall are going at it in June, just so you know. So I'm going to put the wall to the sword. I'll show you how to break walls. I will show you how to break walls, ladies and gents. So yeah, so there we go, guys. We're actually moving. We're starting to fly. Things are pumping. Things are moving fast. This is going to be a show of literally just a daily occurrence. So if you can put it with my voice and my face and other people's for a little while, then that's going to be awesome. Because this week and next week we're going to be pushing it hard. We're going to be getting the Yankee Doodle Dandies on, and of course we're going to be having all the British studs who are going to go out and do us proud. And I may as well show you what we're going to do in proud for. So first of all, let's get hold of this rascal. This is what we're fighting for, boys. This is what we're going for. A big, nice, giant Independence Cup. The first ever of its kind. And I can just see it etched on there now. UK winners 2025. So that's what it is. That's what we're going for. Two amazing nations. Two absolute rocket nations. Arm wrestling powerhouses will be going at it. And I honestly believe in my hearts of hearts that this is as 50-50. What are you giggling at?
I'm just.
Oh, shut up, you. Not even got a mic on. So this is as 50-50 as it goes. I mean, seriously now, we went over to Canada and obviously that was nip and tuck and we ended up coming back with a victory. And I see this one being just as tight. I mean, when you look at the card, I'll look in a minute. Stop interrupting. Women. And they wonder why I don't have women on here. I'll tell you what, if I worked live, I'd knock her all around. Anyway, cut a long story short, guys. So, as long as I don't get rudely interrupted, I'll crack on. So, it's a 50-50 card. You look straight down that card now. You look straight at it. And if you can pick an honest 100% winner, then fair play. Because I can't. And we're going to go through that card in a little bit. After I've shown you what a couple of the boys are going to be fighting for. And this is the most beautiful belt, I think. The one I like most. David Bradford's the only man to have one. The Dragon. And that's the Independence. This is actually Jody Williams's and James Beach's belt. What they're going to be going for. And that's the Independence belt. 3 kilos that rascal weighs. It's solid, superb. And no doubt it'll be coming back on James the Giant Beach's shoulders. Or dare we say Judge Dredd's shoulders nowadays. So, I've got a super chat in. Have we? Let me have a little mooch.
We certainly have.
98. Let's stick it on the screen. UK team. I just want to say we in America will not judge your team despite your questionable sexual preferences. You are all athletes in our eyes, even if you put from the rough. Come on, man. Let's get one thing clear, right? There's only one putting from the rough in any of the teams, and that's your friend Joshua. I mean, Joshua Tandoori. I mean, my gosh. If that guy's not a sausage jockey, I don't know what is. I mean, the guy is a full uphill gardener. Not that we judge here, not that we judge. We'll let him wear his little pink ballerina dress if he wants to go running round saying, Chef ma, Chef ma. We'll let him do it, no problem at all. Just so you know, at ARMGODS, we accept everybody. Obviously, even women nowadays. Much to my disgust. So there we go. So yeah, that's what we're fighting for, guys. Independence Cup. The first one, when this was dreamt up obviously in Ireland. The first match was Tim Talmadge and David Bradford, 95 kilo belt, and yeah, it was a very, very proud moment for David. It was a very, very proud moment for ARMGODS. As is every time that we go out, and this was something that's special. I mean, we're the first guys to ever do the Commonwealth Championship. We're the first guys to do a tag match, obviously. We're the first guys to do a lot of things. And we're trendsetters. I genuinely believe we're trendsetters. And we're bringing this Independence Cup between these nations. And it's just something that we can build on. We'll look forward to doing each and every year. You know, we can tie it in with Canada, maybe even have a, you know, like a try Canada games. I don't know, you know, an Atlantic games or something like that. You know, we can start involving other countries as well. It's something that we can make as big as we want. But certainly this has got a lot of heritage, a lot of history, especially with obviously the war back in the day when the Europeans, that's what you were basically, Europeans or Afro-Caribbeans. You needed the French, you needed the natives, which land you stole from my family, just so you know, because obviously I'm a quarter Apache, and yeah, so there you go. Yeah. Any questions?
So we've got a bit of a sparring match between Jim and Geordie, querying who's going to actually be taking that belt. Geordie says.
Well, I'll nail this one.
At the airport with the bad boy around his waist.
Oh, come on, Geordie. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you, Geordie, right? You impressed me. When you smashed James Wall, right? When you smashed him all over the place, I was absolutely astounded. I mean, I'll shake your hand because I don't know what sort of form James was in. And I'm assuming he wasn't in very good form. No offence. You know, please don't take that to heart. I know that James had a rehydration problem. I know that he didn't fly well and a few other things. He'd already pulled about 1,000 people on the night before he even entered the tournament. I know that. So for me, Geordie, what you are is a vulture. That's what you are to me. You're like one of them vultures circling that Arizona desert, just picking dead corpses, like flying down, just munching that dirty old dry meat. That's what you did to James Wall. So, I mean, we all know what happened when you went to that dickhead house, what your mum runs. We all know what happened then. And yeah, you got thrown around off a 70-kilo man in Jason Hill. So what do you think the 105-kilo Commonwealth champion's going to do? I mean, let's get serious, Geordie. With all due respect, you know, you're a good puller, but we needed a guaranteed win, and you're the guaranteed loss. So
James Wall, it says it's news to him that you and him are having a match.
Oh, it is. Oh, James, don't make me get the phone out, my friend. Don't make me get it. In fact, if he comments back, I'm going to release the text message what he did say about me and a certain other man. So be careful what you say. Don't poke the bear, James. Don't poke the bear.
Right, I'm keeping my lips shut then.
Right, why you keep your lips shut?
People are questioning your Apache status. Marcus says you're more Pocahontas than Apache.
Well, I've poked a few Hontuses in my time, but let's not go there.
Drew24 says you do a good job of acting like a puffer.
Well, Drew, I mean, I've seen pictures of you on the old Facebook. You look like a little pillabite yourself. Carry on.
There's Noah Burton's in the chat, Mindy's in the chat, Jim Beach is in the chat, James Wall. Who else? Have I missed anybody else?
I don't know.
Stephen McPhee from Scotland.
Oh, Stephen McPhee's back, is he? Like the Renegade Master. I love Stephen. He's a good lad. Right, let me just go to Chocolate Thunder. I mean, why Geordie's in the chat? Let's make a fuss of him, because I do like Geordie. And let's just have a little look at his video.
That's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
There we go, guys. I've just been talking bullshit to myself. I forgot to press button. Sorry, guys. So, yeah. So, but... Hang on. Hi, Jim. Brother Chin.
Mate, there's no audio.
Ah, it's back on now. I pressed button wrong. Yeah. Luke, Brother Chin. Now, Jim, just a quick one now, because I've got you right near my microphone. What are you going to do to Chocolate Geordie Thunder?
Same as I always do, mate. I shall be very respectful, and I shall beat him with style and class.
And afterwards, will you give him a good dry bumming?
I'm out buying a pint.
Oh, behave, Jim. Come on, stop being a soft get. What's up with you? Come on, tell the boys what's going to happen to Geordie Thunder.
It all depends how bad he takes a loss.
Oh, my
Are you
God.
on mute?
No, it's Jim here. He's thingy. Come on, Jim, a bit more exciting. Come on, we're trying to build something here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, well, what do you think? Well, yeah, Geordie's a really nice guy. I really want him to do well. I think I'll beat him with style and class. Shut up, Jim. Or me and you no longer brothers, you pathetic weasel. No wonder James Walsh smashed you all over on your left arm.
That's not very nice.
No, I'm not having it, no.
It's okay, Jim. I've been getting it for the past few days.
I'm not having it. That stumpy little runt leathered you because you're too nice. So stop it. So what are you going to do to Chocolate Geordie Thunder, Jim?
I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat him into the ground and make him regret he ever took a match with me.
Thank you, Jimothy. Now fuck off. We'll have less of that. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Any questions, Manda?
Oh my God. People were just saying you were on mute.
I'm not now.
Sorry, because Paul has a potty mouth. That's absolutely true.
Who's wrote that?
Drew 24.
Oh gosh, not him again.
So apparently you've been muted when you would come out of closet.
Yeah, there's no. You know what, Drew? Seriously, like there's comfortable people with sexuality. I'll be honest with you. Like most young men, you know, we've probably all questioned our sexuality at some point. If we're totally open and honest, I mean, it's just people like you, like closet queers, who are that far in the wardrobe. You're actually in Narnia. That's where you are, hiding away with Mr. Tomlinson and the little angry dwarf. No, I'm not talking about Ryan Grondon there. But, yeah, that's where you are, Drew. So, come on, listen.
So Drew 24 said, Maiden, will you take a match again? How many agree with seeing another one from Paul?
Well, I'll take a match. I mean, for me personally, which you might.
I've not got a mic,
Isn't
then.
That's not. For me personally, I must be completely honest with you. It's more about promoting. I mean, people, you know, they say like you about the competing side of stuff, and I really do want to compete. I'm still training a couple of nights a week with lads on table. I'm not really doing much else. I can still hold my own. I still do well. I am a good camp away though, but I've got something to aim for now in June. So after we've done that, then we'll see who I get.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real. Me and James Waller going for it in June. Yeah.
Oh dear.
He's not piped up since, has he? He knows. See, he
That'll
did.
be interesting.
Yeah.
Holly Stewart sent us £5. Thank you, Holly.
Oh, what she said.
She's just put the link on for the tickets for viewing online and for subscribing.
Well, let's just give her a quick love though. I tried to get Liberty on, but I couldn't get his super chat on for some reason.
Oh, I think you've got the super chat on for Liberty.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Holly. Very much appreciated. Always, sweetheart. Hope to see you soon. We miss you very much. But yeah, so guys, give me your thoughts on the matches. I mean, give me your thoughts. Don't just wait for me for glabber on. Noah Burton, I was actually talking about Noah earlier, so you can see Noah on the right, Kevin Keller on the left. I don't know too much about Kevin. I don't know too much about him other than I think he's a bit of a sleeper. Like I was asking for someone like a mid-level, top-rolling type dude, and I think Ryan Grandon's gone and thrown us like a red herring. But to be fair, I was sneaky too, and I've sent in a red herring with Noah. Like I said, Noah's coming from a background of a former top amateur boxer, family of boxers. He's a sportsman. He's a professional through and through. He's blasted onto the sport in the UK over the last couple of years, and he's making giant waves. Yeah, he takes his losses, but he learns from them, and he's hungry, and he loves and lives the sport. He's been doing fantastic, and he's earned his spot in the UK team for doing as such. Very excited to see how this one goes. I think from what I've seen of Kevin, because I have looked at him, he does seem to have a very good dominant role in top roll. He can hook a little bit as well. Genuinely, I don't know how this one's going to go. I don't think either man have got a million years experience, and it could end up being a battle of the night. Noah's got a flop, he's got a top, he's got an unopened arm king's move. If it's anywhere similar in strength within a couple of percent, then I foresee it being an absolute screamer.
So Jodie's got a thought. In his opinion, he thinks match of the night will be Paul Cruz versus Bogdan Stoiker.
Well, let's have a little look so I can have a little flick around them, because if I just, well, I'll get to them as I go to them. So there we go. There's our second match on screen, and that's the Copper Kevin Palko against Connor Sale. Now, for me, Palko, I mean, I've been looking at some of his Instagram stuff, some of his Facebook stuff. I'm seeing him doing his gymnastics, and if it's all about like aesthetics and pleasing looks and actual bodyweight strength, then I'll be honest with you, Connor Sales, he's being put to the sword big time. But I don't quite think it is. After seeing footage of Palko, yeah, he's got a very good hook, but I know sort of the level he's lost to when he come over to the UK. So unless he's dramatically improved, I see this one being within that 52-48% range. He's a little bit heavier than Connor. I think he's about 10-11 pounds heavier than Connor. So in all honesty, he might get round one, he might get round two. But if Connor puts the brakes on him at any point, I think them giant muscles of Palko's gonna start to bleed. Connor has got unbelievable stamina. I mean, he's like the Mo Farah of like a 10,000 metre runner. He really can put it down, and if he gets put on that, well, Connor's only got one thing. He's only got his shoulder, and if that lands on Palko and isolates his bicep, then it could be another match of the night contender. Connor Sale, the best match I've ever seen in my life was against Matt Smith. It was unreal, and I think a lot of people voted for that in Ireland this year. So, yeah, if Connor comes in true Connor Sale fashion, I've seen these two go at it on side table, and yeah, very, very much looking forward to it. Any questions?
Dan's saying Connor Sale is capable of amazing things. If we can get him semi-sober to the match, he has a chance of showing Palko a tough match.
I think Connor won't be drinking. I think Connor's taking this serious. Connor's come into form in the right time. He showed an inkling of it when he went and won over at the Birmingham NEC. He won in a superb class. All the best 75s were there, including Jason Hill, who's obviously a monster right now. And then he went to nationals and. No, sorry, he didn't go to nationals. He missed nationals. Then he lost to the rematch against Matt Smith. Another absolute war, but didn't quite get it down. Didn't quite put it down. But I think Matt had a lot to prove after his loss on the Saturday night with Jason Hill. But then Connor come back again, and he's just won the Triple Crown. I mean, the guy's a stud, man, absolute stud. So I really foresee that one being a close one.
Candy Passmore's in the chat, and she's saying she's excited for all of the matches. It can't get here soon enough.
Well, let's have a little look for Candy while she's hanging around, and let me just flick through and see if I can find her husband. I'm assuming it's her husband, Candy, so I'd apologise if it's not. He's knocking around it. There we go. James Wall and Paul Passmore. There we go. Right, so Paul Passmore, what do we know about him? Okay, so from my experience and knowledge from Paul Passmore, the guy he's a former huge man. I mean, I remember seeing him, I think, around about 300 pounds, and I heard about this guy in America who had this like solid, stupid left, and then I seen him take a few wins. I believe he broke his arm. Am I right saying he broke one of his arms at least anyway? And I know he was a big man coming in from 300 pound. And then next time I see him, he's ripped at bone. He looks like a Jippo's dog, all cock and rib. He's got abs all over. He's got them triceps hanging out. Big solid man. And I see him I see him at knuckles up. I see him go 2-0 up, and then I see his stamina let him down. So I've been investigating, been watching a few more matches, obviously, as you do when you're a promoter and you want to see
Right arm.
his right arm. Yeah. Okay. Well, it heals back stronger. So well done for coming back, Paul. Showing bollocks for that. So for me personally, like if he's got a stamina issue, James Wall's he's really gonna show it. The guy, I know he's big and muscly himself, but he really did after his last showing over there in America. He was very disappointed, and like I say, he's changed a few things with his nutrition. He's changed a few things going forward in his training. He's not going to blow up again, I don't think, and I think he's got his water on point and everything else from talking to him. So for me personally, if James, I believe James is a much faster man, but if he's comparable in strength and he can isolate Paul's arm, I just feel like even if Paul went 1 or 2-0 up, I think the same thing's going to happen to what happened at Knuckles Up. But this one really is a matter of, has James or has Paul got too much strength for James being the bigger man? I know he's making a weight cut, which makes me feel like he's coming in with an advantage, but with a disadvantage also. It depends on how he gets all the fluids back in. Does he do it correct? Is he going to be drinking a litre every hour? Is he going to be dripping the carbs in and so on, and not rushing it, not rushing it in, and doing it correct? That all makes a big difference. But I'm sure he'll have learnt that from his sauna cutting when he was at Knuckles Up. Really, again, another 50-50, I think, just for the pure natural size difference. But if it comes all about stamina and speed, I just put it into James Wall's ballpark, because the guy's in immense form. He's not just carrying it through with his right arm. I mean, his left arm decimated a field at Triple Crown. He won overalls and stuff, and the guy's in serious form. So.
So Drew24 said, based on stats and records, I would have to say 55% Wall wins, but obviously he's rooting for Paul.
Yeah, that's fair enough. When we started to make this card, I mean, some matches have been thrown together. We're not going to bullshit you. It is what it is. But because it's a first event of its kind and we have nothing to really judge it off, you got to have a look round and look at a lot of different videos and footage and just see matches well with who. I think we're probably going to start running qualifiers next year, apart from for the champions who are going to be reigning with the belts. So we'll possibly improve that way. I'm not sure. But yeah, as far as Passmore and Wall goes, I think I want to try and stay level-headed and not be daft as a brush and just say, listen, I think, in all honesty, this is a genuine 50-50 match. I want James to win. I think the Punisher is an absolute stud. He's a lovely bloke. And if James doesn't come on form, if he does have a nightmare again, then Paul will mop him up, in my opinion.
Yeah, James for the win for me.
Yeah, I know that, yeah. Any questions before I move on?
So Drew24 said, Candy versus who would be good in the UK for her? And Dan's obviously said that Aggies are champion lady for some years, so...
Yeah, I mean, we have Aggie. Aggie's sort of like the beaming light of the ladies at the moment. She's like all up here with everybody else, just hanging onto a coattails, trying to catch up, really. Aggie's been a proper professional arm wrestler for some time. She's just never really had the ladies to help her, to challenge her, really. So then things have started to change. Women have started to get involved, and quite a few of them, and it's really good to see. We did a few women's classes now, and they've been quite successful. It's a great thing to see, and Aggie's probably a lady who will stand on that stage for us at some point. I mean, I know we had Sarah Backman. She wanted for Beyond, but we couldn't get anyone on for that. It was just unfortunate at the point in time. It's about USA versus UK.
Candy's asking what Aggie's weight is, but I don't...
Aggie's about 80 kilos. I think she competes under 80s at World and Europeans. I think she's currently Masters. I would like to say she's Grandmasters 50. World and European champion, I think. She's been Masters, World and European champion too. She's a stud. Yeah, so it's something that we can always look at 100%, Candy. So yeah, let's have a talk when we're in the USA. I'm flying on Sunday, so just come and have a gas bag.
David Bragg
Ooh, well, hang on. Well, let's see if I can actually get David Bradford's little video on, because out of all of them, this is probably my favourite. He's pulling a guy who I really like. He's a bit of a weird character, like a bit weird looking, but Jason Merlo is called, the fine wine. But I don't know. I really like his style. Yeah, he's a bit weird looking. Yeah, I mean, sorry, Jason, but he is a little bit like, I don't know, how can I put it? Eccentric, and but I like it. And he's a fiery bastard, and he's a strong man as well. I mean, like he's beaten Tom Holland, he's pushed Bogdan Stoiker to his absolute limit, and we all know how strong both them gents are. But we brought a dragon, and that dragon, David Bradford, is a study. He's an absolute. Oh my gosh, we can't be playing that. We can't be playing that video. Don't let me put that on. Oh no! I've done it by accident, guys. I do apologise. I've done it by accident. I won't be showing that one. Not yet. I mean, that's just a little tease for anyone who's not seen it. But that's the match. That's the match that we're talking about now. Jason Merlo, the fine wine, and David Bradford. And now both these guys are in absolutely stellar fashion. Like, they're in absolute stellar form. How do I even break this match down? It's a top roller's wet dream. You go to bed at night and you just dream about these two having a battle. They ain't going to be a hook, I don't think. There ain't going to be any fancy frills. It's just going to be a full-out top roll battle. Who's going to get it? It's going to go to a strap. Both guys are massive and monsters in the strap. And they both are in really good form. I don't think David Bradford's lost for... I don't know if Dave's in chat, Dave. When was the last time you actually lost right-handed? Because it's definitely a while ago. And Merlo just keeps putting people to the sword as well. Like I say, come off a very dubious loss to Bogdan. So I believe Bogdan gave him a restart. I'm not quite sure what happened after, but just fill me in chat. But these two guys are just going to go top roll. And it's going to be, I think, who's going to be most patient. So what I mean by most patient is both guys are going to be here or there, one way or the other. And whoever goes first, whoever goes sideways first, will break their own hand open. Both guys have amazing rotation. And Bradford, we've seen him multiple times actually lose his hand, and he can pull in a sort of a dead wrist. We've seen him win a lot of matches like that as well. So my advice to you, Dave, if you're watching, is just be patient like you was with John Terrian. John Terrian got you first round because you weren't patient. We had a little chat in the corner, and you come back and you spanked him just by a little bit of patience. And I think you're going to need that with a fine wine. Patience is key for both men. Whoever's most patient wins that match. So again, another 50-50. Any questions or anything? Any answer? Any people talking or?
No, just people are just White Wolf's in the chat. Dan John's in the chat.
Oh, White Wolf. Not seen him for a little while.
Dan Plexman's in the chat, sorry.
Oh, Plexman. Oh, we love our Dan Plexman. He'll be tuning in, no doubt.
Glasses on, can't see.
Right then. So next match, let me have a little look. So we've covered. Good Geordie there. Right. Who's that there? I can't even make it out.
Who?
I don't know about that. Who the hell's that? On the left, that American. Well, someone tell me who that guy is who we're stuck on screen with now, because that looks like Sloth out Goonies. It is, I can't even tell who it is. I'm having to go full screen. That's the problem with AI, is it? Oh, Nathan McKellen and Mantis. Oh my gosh. No, that is two Lord of the Rings characters. If ever I've seen them. No wonder Nathan just has his profile picture on his WhatsApp pictures like that with two forearms. Because my gosh, man, you're ugly bastards, you two. No, honestly. They have been slapped with the ugly stick, these two men. Like, I'm sorry, Mantis, I love you to pieces, but my gosh, like, you're both that ugly. Your mother and father fed you with a catapult. 100%. Like, when you come out of that womb, they was disappointed.
Shorty's saying don't be cracking on Nathan.
I'm telling you, honestly, seriously. Like, I just thought, I would listen to it.
Paul, I hope he doesn't batter you.
Well, he might do. I mean, I've just seen size of him. He's a beast. I mean, Marcus will help me with his with his 30 seconds of judokan skills. Before he dies and has an what they call him in America, they call it E-Summit, don't they? In America, we have like A&E, don't we? And like paramedics, what do they have over there? The ER or something, whatever they fucking come out with. But yeah, but Marcus, man. Yeah, he'll have to defend me over him, but seriously, that's...
Well, I don't know, there's a girl at my work who quite likes a Lucamantis.
She likes to look at Mantis, does she? Is she blind or?
Oh,
I'm only joking, Mantis. Yeah, he'll strangle me too.
Tom Mitchell's in the chat.
Oh, the postman. Yeah, so I don't know, Nathan. So I watched a few videos. So Nathan was a bit of a later comer to the party. But from what I've seen of him, an absolute stud. He can pretty much pull anywhere. He'll go in, he'll go out. His hands and forearms look absolutely insane. And he's a beast, and cutting down to like that 115 sort of weight. Yeah, he looks solid. I mean, I believe that he had a good match with Mega Mike, who's well respected, someone that we've thought about having, you know, Minder pull, and we know how strong Minder is. But we brought out Mantis, and this guy has been pulling quite a while in the UK now, and he's never really lived to his potential. Like, you'll see him when he gets over to America, he's got like this comedy hand. It's like one of them things that you saw in the wrestling WWE, and they're doing that. It's like a giant comedy hand with like 7-inch middle fingers, and yeah, the guy's an absolute freak. But he never really lived up to his potential. He never really took arm wrestling too serious up to a few years ago, and then like this last 18 months, 24 months, he's really knuckled down. And to be fair, he's just decimating the field at 115. He's right arm king, he's left arm king. He won an unbelievable overall title, left-handed, at Nationals. I mean, he beat all the top boys left-handed. And we've got some studs currently, you know. And he just went through and one after another in this Warzone type thing. I think he got 8 pins in a row. So I foresee this one, if it stops, just being a screamer. Mantis has like a nice long straight arm type defense as well. The hand's going to cause issues. I honestly believe that Nathan Luke's the stronger man. He's got them show muscles as well, so he might just look a bit more impressive. If Nathan attacks his hand, it could be good night Vienna for his forearm endurance for the rest of the day. But if he turns him inside, I think he beats Mantis. I think it's, again, genuine, not really knowing too much of Nathan's level. I'm thinking that possibly Nathan would be the favourite with who I've seen him pull. So if I had to say a winner of that match, would probably be Nathan, as much as it pains me because I love Mantis.
Marcus is the entertainment manager, apparently.
Yeah, he's the entertainment man.
Doing back well.
Yeah. They've actually made a programme about Marcus in Ireland. It's called, you know, like you've got the Pop Idol. Now they've got Marcus Thompson, who's Born Idol. Like, so that's what they made a programme just about him. So I don't know if you've got it in America, if any of you Yanks are watching now, but it's called The Apprentice, like, and stuff. We've got one called Born Idol, and like he just features people like Marcus who walk around in like a white wife beater vest, pair of underpants, going, get me this, get me that. I don't want to do this. Tarmac that drive, so you will. You'll see the back of my hand, so you will. I'll tell you now, you'll see the back of my hand. Yeah, so if you see a guy in America who's got like a dodgy dyed beard, and you'll tell it's dyed because he always ends up dyeing his face as well. So like, it's ridiculous. And then he's got like this bird's nest on top of his head. Yeah, you'll know who he is. He's like, he walks around in like lycra pants, like jeans, like lycra pants, like 2 little legs like that. And he'll have an Armani t-shirt on, 100% he's got an Armani t-shirt on. And it's so tight, it looks like a baby seal. And like he went clubbing a baby seal or something. And then he'll like, he'll rather have a leather jacket on, but normally he'll have like a 3/4 length Trouch coat. And then you look at his shoes, he's like a winkle picker, about that big. Like, you know, like with a little point on it, it looks like a Aladdin shoe. And yeah, you'll know, you think, fucking hell, stay away from that, Harry, so. Right then, let's have a look at another one. Right, so we've covered that. Right, now this one really interests me. This one could be, my opinion, will be the absolute match. Oh, hang on, we've given a super chat. Come on. Oh, Mr. Wolfie. Can't fucking believe this channel is still monetized. Sorry, being AOW recently, but I'll be there in PA next Wednesday. Who's this genius behind the AI videos? Firecracker. Well, it's certainly not Marcus who does the genius work. You know that, Wolf. We've hired a poor little Chinese boy. He's working for about 20 cents an hour. His mum and dad bind his feet together so he can still do gymnastics and he can walk on the beam. So unfortunately, that's who Marcus has hired to do that. Yeah, so we're certainly like not fair trade ready. Yeah, ARMGODS yet. We're getting there though. I mean, we started using paper cups. If that helps. So that match is, I'm going to see if I can play it for you, boys and girls. But this match is one I'm looking for, one I'm forward to, and yeah, let's have a look at the video if I can get it on. It doesn't start sticking for you.
Welcome to Five Guys. You have a nice day.
I see a line of cars and they are painted black. Flowers and my love hope never to come back. Just the two of us. We can
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise. We've lost about 10 viewers. We won't be playing any more AI videos this evening due to the fact Marcus Thompson and his AI videos, no one seems to like them. So I actually had people going for a bit, Marcus. Thanks for that. You've ruined it. Yeah. So there you go. That's all I've got to say, Marcus. You absolute dog shit. So, speaking about Bob Brown, Joshua Davis. Match of the night, maybe. Guaranteed, I think. Old Bob Brown, 001 leg.
Got another super
Go, have we?
He's
Go.
made a comment about you, so
Go on.
Drew24 says, and I've got to agree with him, Maiden is really one of the most rude, crude, offensive, raw, politically incorrect, and a danger to society. Don't ever change, rare breed.
Oh.
Want to try living with him this week, Drew24? I'll tell you, it's been a nightmare.
Did I tell you, Drew24? Hopefully you can come because my sister's single, by the way.
Oh,
She's single and ready to mingle. Hey! I tell you what, you can kiss them for $10 each. But you won't be kissing them there. You'll be kissing them around here somewhere.
excuse me, they're actually in a good place. Do I need to prove it?
Not to me, you don't know. Well, the hellfire, you don't, they're not. She takes her bra off. Oh, have you ever heard the song, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot? Well, that's her knockers. Anyway, so, Muscle Bite, let's get his super chat back on. What's Muscly saying here? Come on, Mus. I put it on. Like.
I feel like I need to show me boobs.
Slanty, Paul, I can't make Winter Blast now, so I'm jealous. It's gone off. Read it to me.
Oh, hang on. So, Slanty Paul, I can't make Winter Blast now, so I'm jealous seeing everyone excited booking the flights. Have a beer on me. Ahoo.
Oh, gosh. I think I've... Oh, no, I've not. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Muscle. Thank you so much for your tenner, you tight fucker.
Does Muscle Bike wear glasses?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think anyone's seen his eyes. They're that slanted. I mean, like, why? Someone said to me, why does... I don't think... Why does Musclebike have slanty eyes? I went, well, I'll tell you why. He said, why? I went, apparently he's doing that all the time. I don't know. He works a security job at night, and no doubt he's probably on Tinder or Grindr or Pornhub or some sort. I mean, that Musclebike's a very, very dodgy man. And if you ever come across a 5'2" Chinese-looking man, stay away from him. He's very fat as well. He looks like a bowling ball. You've only got your eyes on one prize. Yeah, Drew 24. Right, any road. Can I get back to the match?
What the is going on?
Josh Davis and Bob Brown. So for me, right, okay. So wily old coyote, Bob Brown, living legend of the arm wrestling world. He's trained with them all. Todd Hutchins, John Brezink, Robert Baxter. This guy, you name it, he's trained with them. He's probably helped him out. I've seen him win multiple world titles. Yeah, the guy's an absolute stud. I can't speak highly enough about him, apart from he's a spy. So let's just get out there now. We know he's only pulling for us because he's spying for Baxter. But other than that, Bob, we embrace everybody. We embrace everyone. But Bob's got one of these open arm Kings moves, open arm top roll moves, and Josh Davis has got let's be honest, he's got a wrist like a piece of A4 paper. It just folds over in a light breeze. Bob's going to take the hand and wrist, 100% hand and wrist. But Josh Davis has also got an helmet, an elbow of granite, 1,000,000% bona fide strong bugger is Josh Davis, and it's going to go in that position, and it's going to stay in that position until one of them passes away. In my opinion, I don't know who's going to win this match. I really don't. I've seen Josh win so many times like this, and I've seen him lose maybe an handful of times. And that's with someone who has a press to finish him off. Because when you roll Josh Davis, if you're not strong enough to like put him in with a press or do something out of the box, then you're in trouble. Has Bob Brown got a press? Has Josh Davis ever faced anyone who has a bone lock? I really don't know how that match is going to go. Genuine 50-50. Could steal the match of the night. Either way, 100% guaranteed. Both men are going out on the shields. They're going to put on a great show, and they're going to do the countries proud. And I can't speak highly enough of both. I love them both.
Oh, Jodie's saying Bob Brown for the win.
Yeah, Jodie's entitled to his opinion, but no one really cares what Jodie thinks. That's the problem. Like, come on, Jodie, man. I actually do like Jodie. I mean, I do like Jodie. I mean, I love the fact that he's promoting us and stuff like that. I mean, I love how he's like, how can I put it? Jodie reminds me of. Jodie reminds me, and I've got your nickname. No longer are you Jodie Chocolate Thunder. You're perfect. You're Jodie to Turncoat Thunder. Because that's why I think you are, a turncoat. Because I remember when you was up for a bit of ARMGODS, and then we did a tag match, and then we sort of fell out a little bit, and then like you turned against us, and you was conspiring with your bald mate Tim Talbridge and your chunky mate Ryan and whoever else that fucking weasel was on show that day. You conspired against me, but I taught you, I put you all in your place, fair play. And now we got you on ARMGODS, you love us again. So I don't know, I don't know, you might be called Judas. You might be Judas. Going with 30 pieces of silver. I'm not quite sure yet.
So Holly's asking a
sorry.
sensible question.
Oh, go on.
What time does it kick off UK time?
Well, 5 hours in it, Holly. We're starting at 6. After the opening show, which will be about an hour, probably between 11 and 12. I'm going to say between 11 and 12 because we have a few things that we've got to do before the show. I mean, I'm really excited. I'm going to tell you all. Why not? Bollocks to it. So, we've got a bagpiper. They're going to be playing in between rounds. We've got James. What's he called him? He was in
James Brown.
James Brown. We've got yeah, not a real one. We just bought like one Make-A-Wish James Brown, but he's expensive. I mean, he's really expensive. Like I think it was like $800 for like 3 songs.
Wow, I did on it.
I know. I'm like, if this guy doesn't do splits or do as he's told, he's in serious trouble. He'd probably roll in, wouldn't he? Like, he'd fucking do that, his hair will come off or something, and fucking hell. I don't know. Yeah, we've got all sorts. We've got like a nice opening show, or like an opening ceremony. We've got stuff to entertain the crowd. Probably 6, 7. But I would log on from 6. I think we're going live from 6 American time. Yeah, so.
Okay. Just then our guys don't miss it.
100%. So, let's move on to another match. Because I would like to, at some point this evening, go home. Is that bad? So, we've got Josh Davis. Who have we got next? Right then, here we go.
Graham Shaw's in the chat.
Oh.
Mantis Curry, school lady boy.
School lady boy.
Yeah.
Well, Graham Shaw will be into that, man. Graham Shaw's a...
Graham Shaw's in,
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, big mantis. Right, okay, so the next one. So let's move off to Craig Sanders, Corey Miller, the Flash versus the Bullet, or the Bullet versus the Flash. Which one comes first? Does the Flash come before the Bullet, or does the Bullet come out the Flash? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've seen these two go at it, EFA World Championships. They was in the same class, 2022 in France. I'm not even sure who come out on top, you know, but I do know one thing, it was a war. At that point in time, I'm taking nothing away from Corey. But I do believe for the last 3 or 4 years, we have not seen the best of Craig Sanders. I think for one reason or another, since COVID, I don't think we saw the Craig that we used to seeing. We have seen glimpses of him recently, but I do believe that Craig Sanders is coming to this ready. I don't think he'll be going out, been drinking. I don't think he's going to be going out partying or not training or just getting on with it. I honestly believe that Craig is rolling into this the best we've ever seen him. He's coming off the back of a second in the world at the 78 kilo class in Greece. I just think we're going to see a different Craig Sanders. And to be honest with you, Craig's level has been higher than Corey's throughout the career. Craig's another one of those living legends, 30 odd years in sport. He's done it all. He's faced all the top guys in the world. He's got his world medals. He's got his silver world medals. He's got his European medals against all the top guys. He's been in PAL matches. I mean, the guy's an absolute stud. We've seen Corey. We've seen him go to East versus West. We've seen him on all the other big shows. We know how good he is. Domestically, he's an absolute stud. He's creeped up a little bit in the weight. He's brutally fast, full of side pressure. But
Dan Earthquake's just saying that Corey dodged Craig at the IFA Worlds by missing weight, but ran into Murray Whitehead, who took the president's bounty and pinned him to keep him out of
the president's bounty, yeah, that was the thing. Dan Earthquake paid Murray Whitehead money to beat Corey Miller. That was quite funny. And that's another thing, you know, we've seen Murray beat both men this year. So Murray faced Corey Miller at the World Championships, 86 kilo class. But, to be fair, Corey had pulled right-handed in the Masters division. I don't know if he won it or he got second. So he'd already pulled. So how true that would be, I don't know. And then we saw Murray turn over Craig Sanders in a thriller. So I genuinely think, no matter what anyone else is saying, that this has the potential to be another 50-50 matchup. And if it is as close as I think it's going to be, it's a match of the night contender.
Craig Sanders is Musclebite's favourite UK puller.
All right. Craig Sanders. Let me just click a few people on that because they're good enough to comment. So I just want to make sure that I press it and stick them on with this new retro thing. We could do with someone working this really. Right then. So who have we got now? Who's next? Now we've done them. Right. Ooh, world title matchup. Paul Cruz, Bogdan Stoiker. Now the people's opinion on this one.
These two. I think we've talked about them.
No, I haven't spoken about these, so you just keep your mouth shut before I slap you about. So, let's just show this off again for anyone who's joined us recently. The Independence Cup. This is what's going to the winning nation. Hopefully it's going to be coming back over here with me. sat here on the, and I'll just leave it on my shoulder for 12 months. But that's what it's all about. But this match, Paul Cruz, Bogdan Stoiker, what can I say? Bogdan Stoiker stepped up in March after a late call-up to face BLM for a 105 kilo world title match. BLM already having the Commonwealth title match. He won that match against James Wall previous year in Wales. Bogdan stepped in last minute. He weighed about 94 kilos. He actually destroyed BLM's arm. He broke his elbow. I mean, he was throwing on these hits like you've never seen. Since then, he's gone over to Knuckles Up. He's beaten Merlo. He's gone over and done some with Tim Talbridge. He won over there as well. He's won ARMGODS matches. The guy is on an absolute demolition derby. The best form we've ever seen him. He's changed his physique. He's still light, man, but he's normally had carried a bit of puppy fat, but now he's got arms. His arms and shoulders are massive. The guy's in amazing form. James Wall trained with him about 6 weeks ago and said it's a completely different Bogdan Stoiker to what we're seeing. We all know he's a 3-move specialist. He's got the top, he's got the hook, and he's got the press, and that press is deadly. Right, that takes us to Paul Cruz. To me, Paul Cruz looks like some Neanderthal, like you dug him up 10,000 years ago. You saw this gigantic frame of a man and you stuck some skin on him. It's like a big fucking woolly mammoth. Freakish length of arm from what I see on videos. Freakish bone structure. Just a natural giant man. These sort of men are the ones that upset Bogdan. I think he's got all the attributes, Cruz, to put Bogdan in trouble. Can Bogdan even get on his own with that press? Will he even meet him? I mean, Cruz is a side pressure beast, man. He's just rolling sideways, almost like he doesn't really know what he's doing. It sort of just looks awkward almost, but it's just so effective. Like Dave Chaffee type thing. That's what he reminds me of. Stiff, direct, just that sort of person. And if anybody's going to upset the apple cart, it would be someone like that with Cruz, who wouldn't care if Bogdan throws a shoulder on, puts a hook on, or tries top roll. And this is the thing with Bogdan. He does everything very well, but he's not really like exceptional at one. And I sort of feel as though to beat Paul Cruz, you've got to be exceptional at one thing. And that's my only doubt I have with Bogdan. Again, I think this is a genuine 50-50 match. But if I was to criticise, I think Bogdan needs to excel at one thing to beat Cruz, and I don't know if he's got it. Putting the shoe on the other foot, I think that if Paul Cruz cannot get through Bogdan with, excuse me, 2 or 3, maybe 4 surges, I think Paul Cruz is done.
Couple of comments.
I think he's done.
George is just saying Paul won the £242 Arnold Classic, and Dan John saying Bogdan's table IQ will be the difference.
Yeah, I mean, every possibility. I think that again, it's a 50-50 match. I mean, no one really knows what's going to go on. Yeah, Paul did awesome winning the Arnolds. What level was in there? I'm not sure 100%. Was it any higher than Bogdan? If Bogdan would have rolled into class, I don't know. I don't know. Paul Cruz, he's a lovely bloke as well. He's a nice guy, but then Bogdan is. But they're both aggressive and both won it. It's a 50-50 match, 100%. Toss of a coin, and like most of these matches are. And yeah, best of luck to both of them. World title on the line. Let's have a moochie ruin it. Hey then. Oh, pardon me. Right.
Candy was asking whether Paul's got a video in production. Marcus said it'll be a few days.
Look at here, Nick Stone. And I don't know what's going on with Minder's eyes there. Right, so let's go to the Super Heavyweight World Title match. Well, so we all know what happened. Greg Sharp said to Corey West, listen, mate, I don't want you to pull, and that match got pulled. Unfortunately, we was looking for a match for Minder. And then a certain big, juicy, strong stud rolled into town called Nick Stone. And he started casting the stones at Minder. And now he stepped up and he's having a match.
Mindy's in the chat.
Is Mindy in the chat? And he stepped up and he saved the day. And that's a big thank you to Nick. So that's why we're paying you an extra 30 cents for doing it. No, but seriously, from the videos I've seen with Nick being did it over Epsy and a few others, very impressed. I think Minder's in serious trouble. Like Minder, I know you're in chat, but I think the wrecking ball could be wrecked. I think like Nick Stone could be sitting on top of the wrecking ball as he swings in. I don't know. I don't know.
Why are you trying to wind him up?
I'm not trying to wind Mindy up. No, honestly, seriously, at some point Minder's luck's going to run out, and I might have to come out and save the day.
Okay.
No, I feel like with Minder, he's on the cusp. I mean, I really wanted to see the Corey West match. I don't want to see it anymore because I just wanted to see where Minder were. This was Minder's breakout match. With Minder, we've seen him beating Tim Bresner. We've seen him beat all other comers. He's ARMGODS champion, Commonwealth champion, world champion. And we've progressed him nicely up through the ranks. And I feel like we've looked after him and promoted him correctly, like you should do. You should look after your people. And Corey would have been his big step up to see where he would have been and judge it. So I'm sort of glad the match fell through anyway, because obviously we couldn't have really have relied on Corey going forward. I believe we can do that with Nick Stone.
A couple of people are saying Mindy all the way.
Yeah, and obviously I want Mindy to win. I love him to bits. But Nick Stone, he's going to be hard work. Like, please don't underestimate this Nick Stone, because when this goes inside, which it will do at some point, this is going to be a screamer, man. If Mindy gets put off on his bicep, like, don't think this Nick Stone's going to not get turned over. What goes in Minder's not going to get turned over, but what goes in Minder's favour? What goes in Minder's favour is this. Minder is a massive man, but he's not heavily muscled. So for a man of his size, he has unbelievable stamina, and he impresses me all the time. And he has a will to win. He doesn't quit. He bites down on his gum shield, and Minder will give you everything. He will pass out. He will drop down. He will faint on that table to win, and you cannot take that away from him. That's why he is a champion of so many different classes. He's a beast, man, an absolute beast.
Dan Earthquake's making a good point though. He's saying that he doesn't know Nick Stone, but he admires people who steps in at the last minute because they often are the most dangerous opponents.
Yeah, and we see it all the time in boxing when people get banjoed and they step in and they don't know much about their opponent. But Minder, well, I'll tell you now, since the day that Minder knew about this match change, he'll have been on that internet and he'll be Googling away, 1,000,000,000%. Minder won't be messing around. And we all know that Minder's in good form.
Yeah.
But how good? We're going to find out soon. Anything in the chat before I carry on?
No, people are just generally like kind of chudding. Holly's saying Mindy for the win, but of course those UK guys want our boys to win, don't we?
We certainly do. Have we got any matches left, have we? Oh, sorry. I'm cutting things off here. Let me just have a quick little look through here. Oh yeah, hang on, we've done Noah. Connor Sale, we've done him. We've done Mantas and other fella. We've done Geordie. Oh, friggin' hell. Sorry, guys. We've done Geordie. We've done Bob Brown.
Oh, RVJ, Lee Webber.
Oh, hang on. I'll get to them in a minute. 1 minute. Bogdan, we've done him. Oh, yes. RVJ and Lee Webber. Let me have a little look. If Rob doesn't look French there, I don't know what does. We'll be having Rob on chat soon. He'll be coming on this next few days. Right. How can I put this into comparison? So, Lee Webber, for me, is the strongest under 105 statical puller in the country. We've seen him take out Elliot Eccles, world champion. IFA world champion at 105. We saw him take out. We saw him win nationals. This guy is an absolute animal. We've seen him in 2021. I think it was 2021, 2022, whenever it was. He was one of them anyway. He was at NEC. He pulled Sandwich Sedis. Sedris beat him quite comfortably in the top roll, but decided he wanted to throw his shoulder on, come inside Willie. He tried that twice, and he lost twice. And that shows the absolute testament to the strength of Lee Webber. I've competed against Lee for a long time. As far back as 2012, 2013, me and Lee was warring it out. And I remember going in 2018, we went over to European Championships. Now, Lee used to be an 100 kilo guy. And he dropped down to 85 kilos. And this was European Championships. And he would just battering Georgians inside and Ukrainians and beating Russians. And it was just the guys who could flash him, the real fast guys who generally get the wins on Lee. And he was beating all these top guys from these nations. And that was what, for me, I thought, you know what, Lee Webber is an absolute talent. He's always been talented, but this is when it really struck out that, you know what, this man's super special. He's got a bicep tendon like a car seatbelt. Absolute stud. RVJ, what can we say? Been around for over 20 years. He's pulled John Brezink. He's pulled everybody. The guy's been champion of UAL. He's vice champion of WAL. He's beaten Todd Hutchins. I mean, the guy is a bona fide animal. Is he a little bit loopy? Yeah, of course he is, but who's not? Does he always take the sport 100% serious? No. But is he one of the most naturally talented men on the circuit? 100% yes. And he's genetically gifted also with that giant, stupid big hand. This one could go anywhere. Rob isn't the fastest cookie in the jar. He's just not. And that's going to fall into Lee Webber's favour slightly, the fact that he is probably going to get a stop on the match. Now, we all know that if his hand gets taken back like this, Rob Vigent Jr. is going to give us a scream, and then he'll probably take a win and give us a chest pump. But if this match gets taken inside, it's on. It's fucking on, big time, because these two will go to war. And I do not see many people outlast Lee Webber in a hook. And I mean anyone. I'm saying, and I'm sorry, Rob, and we're going to talk about this in a few days, but I'm saying, current standing, from what I know about RVJ current form, that I think Lee Webber shocks the world and takes this one. And yeah. That's my saying. I don't know what people's thoughts are in the comments are.
I don't know what this is, but White Wolf saying, Paul, keep the third leg away from the weigh-ins when you do an RVJ.
Well, I do believe that RVJ has a third leg. It's about 1.5 inches bigger than Marcus Thompson's. And we all know what Seabiscuit's like, so...
I don't really wish to know.
No, if you don't want to see Seabiscuit, it'll scare you to death. It's like Marcus is. Me and Marcus was we went watching a comedian in Scotland, and we went into like a gym, and then we like just chilled out in a sauna, and like it was like a male only sauna, and he comes strutting in with this obscene thing.
What are you talking about?
Marcus's penis. And it's like one of them things. You know, them Indians play them flutes, and it's like that snake. He's like this. It was up against glass and everything in sauna. It was awful ugly thing. It was. Yeah. So.
All the better for knowing that.
All right, well, hang on. I guarantee you this is James Wall calling me.
I hope it is.
No, it's not, actually. No, it's not. Right, I think we've pretty much covered all matches. Have I missed anyone? No. I've done them all, you know.
Have you actually?
Yeah, I've done them all. That's...
Let's mention a couple of...
How many have we got in chat now? About 2.
33 people in the chat.
Oh, really? 33? I'll carry on talking if you want me to.
Can we not mention Tom Mitchell, because obviously he's not got a big match, but he is coming on.
Is he still in the chat?
I don't know whether he's still in the chat, but he was in the chat.
Okay, well, I'll talk about Tom Mitchell. So we got a couple out. Unfortunately, we lost Jason Hill to the competition. And we lost Chris Thomas due to, Jason Hill has family commitments, and other lad was naughty and he couldn't get in your country. So, but we've got another stud. Now, if I could have got him on a match and we wasn't going to take the piss and have too many, Tom Mitchell is the guy that I would have had. He's former world champion 2021 at 70 kilos, left-handed, EFA. He's multiple times British champion. He's an absolute bona fide beast. No one beats him under 70 kilos. They just can't in this country anyway. Not left-handed, possibly not even right-handed. He pulls out of his weight all the time. He's the most placid, nice man you've ever seen. He's dry, he's got a great sense of humour. And we brought him. So he's going to absolutely decimate that class. Like, in my opinion, he walks it. Like, all you Yankee Doodle dandies are going to be like, oh my gosh, who's this bald, little freckly man who looks like a little thin...
I think I'm going to employ Tom to play a few tricks with me on a few guys.
Yeah, but look, Tom, though, man, he's a beast. I think, a lot of the guys are going to pull the tournament as well. But there's a lot going on. I mean, obviously, the day after, live on ARMGODS.com, we've also got Winter Blast to look forward to. So we've got the matches on the Friday night, and then we've got Winter Blast on the Saturday. We've got a lot of UK guys are going to be pulling in that as well, and we're doing that. And Ryan Grander and Josh and team are putting on like this unbelievable event that they do every year, and we just got so much for talk about, so much for discuss. Like, there's a video I'm going to release, just a little bit of thing. I'll put it on Instagram or something tomorrow. So have a look, and you'll see what we have set up. If you've not already done so, just check it out, Ultimate Arm Wrestler. We're building something nice. We've got something at the gym, and we built our own TV set. We're going to be doing the same thing in America. So Grandon's going to be doing an Ultimate Arm Wrestler in America. And that's going to get going like on a weekly, fortnightly type basis. It's going to be running through the ARMGODS, ARMGODS website and stuff. Because there's a collaboration coming. There's all sorts coming. I've got some really exciting stuff I don't want to release just yet. But the big things are coming, and ARMGODS are here to stay. And we've all seen what's gone on with Knuckles Up and different things. And you know what? People might expect me to come on and bash them, but I'm not going to bash them. From reading the situation, I just want to touch on this Knuckles Up thing as well, because if people are waiting for me to rip them in my usual Paul Maiden ways, like having a laugh and a joke, I just want to just say that.
Still in the chat. Hiya, Tom.
I just want to say that. Have you got ADHD or something? Why did you feel the need to interrupt me? Well, don't interrupt me. I'm going to beat you to death.
No, you're not though.
Right, you're not going up playing. So Marcus, cancel a ticket.
I bought my own ticket.
Ah, you did. Freaking hell. Only thing you've ever bought is a bag of chips from shop.
Do you want me to work?
Shh, man, I'm talking. Please stop interrupting. It's all right. Drew 24 won't go out with you. So. Yeah, so I think that there's a lot going. So this Knuckles Up thing, let me talk about it. Right. Does anyone want to actually talk about it? Do you want me to give me 2 pennies about it or not? I will.
There's 34 people in the chat, so like if the numbers start going down, it's your fault.
Well, I'll just not play any more America's AI videos, and we should keep the numbers again. Yeah, so for me personally, then I think that what they've done is obviously wrong. I feel like something's obviously gone terribly wrong for them. I think something's gone terribly wrong for them. They've not been open about it, for reading between the lines. I also know how much it takes to put an event on like that. It costs an absolute fortune. I'm just lucky that I've literally got like Scrooge McDuck, Marcus Thompson, like who everyone thinks he's like this multimillionaire who pays for everything, when in fact he doesn't pay for fuck all. He's tied to the submarine door, and it all comes down to me. But all that being said and done, we know how much it actually costs. I mean, Ireland cost an absolute fortune, and the card that they on, the last card they on was brilliant. Let's be honest, let's call a spade a spade. The last card that they put on was an unbelievable card, and you always have to make sure you've got the funds there, or if people are promising you or sponsoring you or anything like that, then you've got to make sure that they've got it, and that's the only thing I've got to say. And if you're not, you've got to have transparency. You've got to have transparency with the people. In fact, you can ask some of the American guys there now, like the bit of money that they've got, because this is something what people don't really talk about. So I want to be completely open about what about it, and just basically say that we don't really pay anyone. People have been paid by us. You get paid for sometimes a bit of your name. Like the UK boys are getting the flight in the hotel. That's it. They're not one of them's getting a penny, and they can talk between themselves. Now some of Yanks are being paid, yes they are, but they're not getting the flight. They're not getting the 4 days in an hotel. So we're sort of equaling it out a little bit with a little bit of a payday for them, which we've paid half of the money. You know, that's gone into Ryan's bank, I think, today. So some of the Yanks, we're paying them 50% up front, and we do that with people. We've done that before, and we're doing it again now. So, you know, I think we're paying a part payment to them. Well, we have done. We've already sent it. So your part payments guys will be coming with you soon. So yeah, so that we try and be fair with people. We try and do natural progression. Like when we went to Canada, we paid the flights for the UK guys, but we didn't pay the hotels. That was the deal. We couldn't do it, and at that moment in time, we couldn't do that. So we give what we could. I mean, you got to remember, arm wrestlers, like, and I had this conversation on the phone with Bob Brown about, I don't know, a month ago, and we're just having a gas bag, just having a random chat, and I was saying to him that, you know, I remember when people was happy with like a flight and an hotel and $200, or like just a flight and you paid for your own hotel, or you went there and you got $100. People was that genuinely happy with that. I mean, like if you 4 years ago you'd have got Devon Lorrat for a flight, an hotel, and probably $50 because he just loved arm wrestling. But then obviously when everyone tries to better each other, as human nature happens, then what happens? People start offering out daft money, and then yeah, it's great for the pullers, but then it sort of just cascades into like even X, Y, and Z novice pullers, amateur pullers are getting paid, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500, whatever, and then that sort of set a precedence for everybody else. Sit down, boy, and well, come on, good boy, and that's the thing, you know. So like when you've got precedents set like that, it sort of puts a pressure on these other smaller promotions, like Knuckles Up to pay you as well, and then you've got to be committed to paying it, and when you can't pay it, you know, it just causes hassle. So I feel that you just got to pay what you can, and if you can't get the pullers that you want, which happens to us sometimes as well, because you're not willing to fork out that cash, then you miss out on them. There'll always be others. And this is the thing, you know, you have your East versus West, you have the 30, 40 top pullers, you have King of the Table or whatever. But there's so many other pullers, like we've got on our cards, and all these other guys have got on theirs. There's hundreds, thousands of other pullers to choose from. We don't just need to keep choosing all the top names. And I'm happy, proud, feel privileged to give people opportunities. And we've built people from the grassroots to the ice levels. We've built them from novices to world champions, and I really enjoy doing that. And we're true. You know, we don't. People say, "Oh, do ARMGODS do contracts?" No, we don't do contracts, and we ain't going to do contracts because me and Marcus are men of our word. We're spit and dust, and we shake hands, and a word is a word. And as you guys will find out, the Yanks, your money will be in your bank probably in the next couple of days when Ryan does it. So.
Marcus has already sent it, but Paul Passmore's in the chat.
Yeah.
So he's saying he can't wait to be standing across the table from James Wall. He's already on weight. His endurance will not be a problem this time. He's been working hard on it since his loss at Knuckles Up.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, no, please don't take offence to my opinion. I mean, I can only go off what I'm seeing visually, and that's my fault. Yeah, and it's an opinion. An opinion is just an opinion. It's nothing else.
Jody's saying he's very fortunate that ARMGODS have given him the opportunity to compete on the card. Candy's also saying thank you for the opportunity.
No, Jody. I mean, like all joking aside, we have a bit of fun with Jody, but Jody's earned it. Jody's earned it. Jody, as let's say, he's sort of earned it in a different way. He's a great arm wrestler. Don't get me wrong. You know, like I know I tease him about it, like when he pulled at arm wars and stuff, but he's a good arm wrestler. I mean. Even if James Wall wasn't in top form left-handed, you beat James Wall left-handed currently, you're a good arm wrestler, and that's just that. But Jody does so much else, so much everything else for arm wrestling. He promotes it. He sits on his shows. He sat there when you've only had 3 people on, and now his shows are getting bigger and building them, and he's persevered, and he's not let things get him down. He'll do his Facebook and his YouTube, and he'll constantly keep churning it out, a little bit like Matt Hollywood does as well. And I respect these guys. I love perseverance. I love the fact that, you know, the cup's always full. It's never half empty. You know what I mean?
Paul wasn't offended by you at all.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, you might be when you see me, Paul.
Dan John said there's no elitism at ARMGODS. Candy was making a comment about it's good that you're not using the same athletes because everybody deserves an opportunity, and I know that is something that you do.
Yeah, I mean, like some people have said to me, like, "Oh, why have you given this guy an opportunity? Why, you know?" I mean, people have said this to me on multiple occasions, but they get an opportunity because I believe they earn it. Like Noah Burton, I'm sure you won't mind me saying. So Noah said to me exactly pretty much the same thing. He said, "Paul, can I ask you, why have you chosen me?" I said, "Well, why wouldn't I? You have been on an absolute rampage. You've beaten Lee Webber in a war zone. You've beaten James Beach in a war zone, and you was all relatively fresh for fresh. You've taken out Chris Remy. You got second at Nationals."
Some lovely comments in this chart.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Hang on, I'm talking. You know, you've done that. You've won all your super matches. You've gone against the best. I mean, you've earned it. You pull everything, everywhere, all the time, every promotion. You go out there, you put it on the line, and I'm super proud of you, and I want to build you. I want to reward guys who want to go out there and put it on the line. If you're a guy who's only going to pull once or twice a year, and you want to be like a part-time puller, then I'm not the guy to reward you. I'm not. I'm not going to reward that. I reward guys who get out there, who are hungry, who want to go and just pull. And it doesn't matter if you've lost 10. I'm not asked about looking after her. Like, no arm wrestler has an undefeated record, apart from possibly Levan for now. But other than that, we've all lost hundreds of times, and we're all going to lose another 100 times. And that's just how it is. We're not boxers. We're not trying to defend a record. I'm not asked if you lose 15 times. It ain't bothering. If you put it on the line, if you continue to try and progress, and you believe and just keep persevering, then you're going to get noticed by ARMGODS. And that's that.
Muscle Bark thinks I should hit you.
Why? Because he can't do it with his little short T-Rex arms. Is there anything else to talk about before I go? Anybody else? Have we got anyone left in chat, Matt?
Yeah, there are 35 people still in the chat.
Is there really? I've actually kept an audience. It's not bad for like a late show, is it? Like,
yeah, I think Paul Passmore is very similar to you, that arm wrestling's his life and his passion.
yeah, it's a lot of people's passions. I mean, I may as well tell a couple of stories while I'm here. So,
Jesus.
for me, arm wrestling got me through one of the toughest times of my life. So when I went in hospital in 2009, just a quick story before I go. So when I went in hospital in 2009, and I was like fast asleep in my coma for 6 weeks or so, and then I woke up. I woke up in a side ward. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. I had tracheotomy, and I had I had hemofilters all over me. I had 9-string drivers. I was in a bad way, obviously. I died a few times while I was there. And then I got, believe it or not, I got a blood clot outside of my arm. My body, I was allergic to heparin, which is a blood thinner. They put through, I was on dialysis like 12 hours a day or whatever it was. And then it actually come on my wrist, on outside of my wrist, didn't it? A blood clot, yeah. Like, and these doctors were mesmerised with it, because my body said, "You know what, Paul? You're not going. You're not fucking going, son." And it gave me a blood clot. It actually grew a blood clot outside of my body to stop me from losing blood. How weird's that? How much I thank you, God. I'm so happy and grateful. But, how blessed is that? How blessed. So anyway, 38 pints of blood later and all that bullshit, I woke up. I'm in a side ward. I couldn't move, couldn't do anything. Couldn't speak. Like one eye and looking at one of them talking boards. I'm on one of them like kid things what you spell like S-T.
But you can't spell.
But I can't even spell, so I was fucked. I was truly fucked, and like I couldn't even see because like my eyes had not been open for like 6 weeks. And I'm like, finger, I'm pressing the wrong thing, and my mum's holding it. Like I'm trying to talk to my mum, and I'm pressing it like that, and I couldn't see my physique at this point. You got to remember, I went in about 17 stone. I went in at, I don't know what I'd have been like, fucking, what's that, 17 stone, maybe like 234 pounds of like fucking beef, let me tell you. Stud muffin, like rock solid chest, like, oh man.
Marcus said that God saved you so you could torture him.
Yeah, it's probably true, actually. It's probably true. But then, yeah, so then I remember, a long-winded story, this, isn't it? But I remember, and I looked at my arm. I could just manage to lift my arm like that, and I caught a glimpse of it from side, and it was like a lolly stick. I couldn't believe it, because before I'd shut my eyes, obviously I had like 19-inch pythons, and then I looked and they were like lolly sticks. I couldn't believe it. I was down at like, what's that? Someone work it out in chat. So I went from like 108 kilo to 81 kilos. Very tough time. Burst into tears straight away. Cried my eyes out. Couldn't believe what had happened. Didn't know what had happened, obviously. Didn't know what had happened. And then I couldn't even speak about it. It was just mental torture. And then all I could think about afterwards, they sent the physio around, and I couldn't do anything. They had me squeezing the finger and wiggling my toes, and then when I saw my arms, I had an option. I could have sunk or I could have swum. And my first thing was, I wanted to be there for my kids' sports day. I wanted to see our Max and our Paul at the time. I only had 2 kids at the time, and then I wanted to be there for the sports day. And I wasn't arsed. I wanted to be in a wheelchair with an oxygen tank on. It didn't matter. I just wanted to be there. So it was that will to live with her straight away. And then I started wiggling my toe and squeezing my finger. Then all I could think about is getting back to arm wrestling, because at that point in time I was UK #1. I was undefeated. I couldn't lose. I could have fucking 4 guys pulling on my arm and I wouldn't have lost. I got robbed. I believe I got robbed in my peak at that point in time. I think I would have been world champion multiple times within a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. I just think I was getting to that level, and that is any class, you know. And yeah, that's what happened. So I thought about arm wrestling. It got me going back, and then from there, and I was thinking about it, and I had a lot of time to think about it, because I got a thing called ICU psychosis. So I basically would sleep for 20 minutes a day for 2 weeks. It was, or for 2-3 weeks, whatever it was. And I was in there. There's like no windows, no doors, and I would fall asleep at midnight every night at midnight, and I'd wake up at 20 past midnight, and I was awake then till midnight the day after. It was fucking horrendous. But so you have a lot of time to think during then. I just wanted to think about arm wrestling, so I started wiggling my toes, wiggling my fingers, moving my arms up and down, because I had that one goal. I wanted to get back to arm wrestling, because I love arm wrestling. It's my life. It's my commitment. It's something that just ingrained in me. And I got on a Zimmer frame, and wheelchair at first, and then a Zimmer frame, and then I could walk again, a bit like Jar Jar Binks. And I remember going to Stan Dickinson, I think 40th birthday party, and Nick Hall, Barry Knowles, my training partner, Stuart Hall. I couldn't walk upstairs. I was that weak, but I didn't want to obviously go in on a fucking Zimmer frame either. And they carried me upstairs, and all I could think about is arm wrestling, and then we're arm wrestlers, and and friends, of course, but that just shows the community of what people will do for you. And everyone sent all the messages in from North East Board chat and all that bullshit. So, anyone still left in?
Yeah, there's 31 people in the chat, but Daniel Gilly says, are you getting back into arm wrestling again in regards to pulling matches? So I think he's missed yours and James's match coming up in June.
Yeah, me and James Wall are pulling an exhibition match in June. It's an exhibition because James said he don't want to pull me in a competition, because he knows that I'll beat him. Yeah, but anyway, cut long story short, I love the whatever. And if anyone wants to know about my story, I'll do a full book about it. If I could write a book, if I wrote a book, oh my gosh, the fucking world would fall apart.
People are saying they're glad you pulled through.
Oh yeah, and all tracheotomy, guys. That wasn't so pleasant. That was at least tipped me.
Marcus said, let's get the violin out.
No, I'm not bothered. Well, it is what it is.
What am I? Musclebike says, no, you better. Can we get you to fat camp?
Yeah. Listen, if I come back, if I do genuinely come back, so I've been asked all the time. I am trying. Hang on, I like this comment off this guy, Evan Roach. worth champion. Fucking hell, you're alive and still a prick. Yeah, what more you want? You may not be world champ, but you get the first place for being stubborn as an ox. Keep climbing. Oh, Wolfie, come on, son. Oh. We love Wolf. We can't wait to see you next week, kiddo. And I hope you've not grown your hair like Jimmy Savile again, Wolf, because that's fucking bad.
Have you seen that comment off Drew?
Yeah, your boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend. I don't even know.
Why don't you put your head on there so we can have a wank over you tonight?
That's
That's bad, that. I hope my dad's not seen that.
I don't really think you should be speaking to your sister like that. I'll be really honest. You're being really disrespectful.
You're my sister. My sister's like a teacher type person.
Your sister's a sensible human being. She
probably shouldn't be in that job. Her last boyfriend was 15.
Oh my God.
Well, listen, I'm only telling the truth. You didn't know. I mean, she didn't know. She didn't know he was only 15. What happened is she only found after a night of passion. She woke up in the morning and his bus pass had fell out of his jeans.
Children, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I know you do, yeah. You fucking went with one as well.
Stop
Anyway,
it.
to cut a long story short, listen, if you want to report to Crime Stoppers, it'll be all right if you get your door kicked in tonight.
Oh, no.
I retract that statement, she's not a pedo. Anyway, I forgot where I was. Yeah, so I'm coming back, yeah. I'm going to come back and give it a bash. Why not?
I think you should apologise to me. You're an absolute shithouse.
Oh, gosh. Right, is there anyone left before I go? Because I'm sick of asking.
God, yeah, there's like 32 people in this chat.
Are they still there? I'm actually keeping an audience, aren't I?
I know, I don't know what's
Right, well, listen, guys, I'm literally going home. I'm going to go because...
And I'm already in my pyjamas.
Yeah, she's in her pyjamas. I mean, to be fair, you shouldn't be sat in front of your brother with a see-through mask on. I mean, bloody hell, boys, if you ever seen a bloody nipple like a dinner plate, then I'm seeing them now. Oh, Christ, someone claw my eyes out.
Actually, when these people meet me next week, they'll realise that I'm normal.
Yeah, when they meet you, they'll realise that you're not normal. She looks a bit like Tommy Cranky. And if you don't know who Tommy Cranky is, Tommy Cranky, right, Google it. You Yankees, Google it. And that's spitting image of my sister, Tommy Cranky.
Right, no. You know what?
Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it for you guys before I go. This is a spitting image of my sister. Ready, jump up, bud.
Right, what do you mean? I can just show my face on camera because people will know you're
Up.
lying.
I'm only joking. No, I'm not going to show it. I don't want to embarrass her, because we're not actually brother and sister by blood. Unfortunately, she was mauled as a kid, but not like that. She was mauled by a lion as a kid, and she's got no ear, one eye, and only.
You're right, Candy. He's a bloody shithouse. There's probably other words I could use. People may have heard me.
Oh, guys.
Worse words than bloody shithouse, I'll tell you. You're really disrespectful. You're not funny.
Oh, hey, up, we're all right here. I tell you what. Listen, guys, I am going to love you and leave you. Paul Passmore, if I could get you on here tomorrow night, Candy, will you get Paul on here? If we could aim for between 9 and 10 UK time, I'm going to message James Wall now. I would love to get you two guys on and have a chat. I won't keep you long, I promise you. And then obviously I want any other arm wrestlers, we want to get you going after that.
Paul Passmore, this is not hilarious. This is me going to be kicking my brother's head in.
No, she couldn't do that anymore. I mean, to be honest with you, she's like 4'3", so she's lucky if she can even get her leg over a step for getting to house. I don't know. Well, you're going to come on camera now. Don't come on camera looking like that.
Stop it.
Yeah, guys, I tell you what. We're all right here. Yeah, you see me get physically assaulted.
I'm sorry, I've got my pyjamas on.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'll be all right here. Put it away. Oh, my gosh. Boys, she's got a bloody moggy out. Oh, my goodness, guys. I'm going. Good night. God bless. Mwah.